Welcome in, everyone, to another session with the Second Chances. Starting with our thank yous. The first one goes out to Critical Role for creating the wonderful world of Exandria that we all play in. And also to all of the artists whose music we use in the stream here. Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov, who is the musical mind behind Divinity Original Sin 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. Go check out music from all of them for all of your tabletop and easy listening needs on Spotify or wherever else you listen to your music. Last time, with the Second Chances, they had finally completed their journey across the Lucidian Ocean and arrived in Port Damali. They made quick work to see if they had arrived ahead of the caravan that was carrying the kidnapped Aeormatons, but it seems that he had already passed through town. They decided to spend some time seeing if they could track down and confront Garith, someone from Leaf's path, who seems to be connected to the Aeormaton kidnappings in some way. And in the meantime, while that was being set up, they went around Port Damali to explore various things. Hermia went and got a vision at the Temple of the Raven Queen. Rosalind went to the Pearl Shrine for Avandra the Changebringer and was less than amused with what it was. And Maeve and Corey went to visit a friend of hers at the Cobalt Soul Library, where Corey, and I quote, "I'm going to gaslight the shit out of this halfling."
Nope.
So, that's where we're going to go ahead and jump in, is
Okay.
at the Cobalt Soul. So, Maeve and Corey, you are sitting at the table that Niles got for you as he goes to get a bunch of different materials for you, which I believe was all specifically on the Feywild. Maeve, I don't think you requested anything, did you?
I didn't then.
Okay. Was there anything that you would have wanted to that we just say that you had told him?
What did I tell you? I don't think it was anything super specific.
Was it information on that trading company, the Carven Trading Company?
You know what? I don't remember, but that's a good idea. So we're going to say it was.
All right. Cool. No problem. All right. So eventually he does show back up after about a half an hour. Puts a bunch of books down in front of you, Corey, about the Feywild. Was there any information that you were hoping to find specifically in these?
For anything on the Sealy Court, specifically High Royalty, and then any like the most, and just reviewing what the most recent stock of information is on them. Okay.
So you definitely find out as far as the inner and the outer circle, and that it's gonna go right to Kieran's head. That they're not just considered royalty in the Feywild in the way that the king of the Dwendalian Empire is royalty. They're actually considered a pantheon within the Feywild. They are archfey. They are basically the next closest things to gods. There's Queen Titania. She's leader of the pantheon. King Oberon, known as Lord of the Beasts and deity of the wilderness and animals. There's Dom, who is the son and thus your older brother, patron of satyrs, chorids, and adamies. There's also a Lord of the Unicorns in Pegasus, a court jester and patron of leprechauns, and Veranestra, daughter of Titania and patroness of dryads, nymphs, and sylphs. And then there's also an outer circle, which is kind of, not quite as powerful or as revered as the inner circle is, but still very important. As far as accurate recent information goes, sort of historical stuff, you don't really find anything quite like that. A lot of what is recorded more so as though they're fairy tales or stories. There's not a lot of first-hand accounts of what happens in the Feywild with the Sealy or the Unsealy Court, because they're very, very powerful and very dangerous. Not in murdery kill everything, kind of for the Unseelie Court, but more just because they're so unlike mortals in the prime material plane, and they're just so chaotic and hard to know and understand that in and of itself can lead to mortals who don't understand their ways as being in danger. But overall, I would say that you know that the Seelie Court work together to rule over the Fey races of which they are patrons and to protect the Sylvan realms.
Is that pretty much the same for like elves on the prime material plane, or just mainly Feywild is their domain?
Mainly just Feywild. The elves on the prime material plane, it varies in some ways. They worship, the prime deities that are closest to, whatever match their beliefs, whether it's Melora the Wild Mother for like Baisei Tile, or the Archheart as far as like magics and stuff go. And even the Seelie Court recognize the gods to an extent. Specifically, Coralon the Archheart, Sehanin the Moonweaver are two of the main ones. And the Unseelie is kind of just like this sort of darker opposite, sort of like a shadow type opposite to the Seelie Court. They're always sort of at each other's throats. They're not in open war against each other, but they have been in the past. They've been known to do more like sabotage and like subterfuge to one another, as opposed to just like open, all out, let's meet in the battlefield and slaughter one another.
Okay. Last thing. Is there anything on the symbol on my chest?
Yes, that is the symbol of the inner circle of the Seelie Court, known as the Court of Summers.
Okay. I think jokes aside, Corey's actually taking this very seriously and is like filing and pouring through everything. And when they see that, when they see Dom's name, they kind of like perk up and look straight at Maeve and go, Maeve, I think I have a brother.
And a sister.
And a sister. Oh God, read ahead. Yeah, and a sister.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I feel like high.
Hmm?
It's scary and terrifying and weird, and like, are they like me? Are they different, like, type of Fae folk? And yeah,
Fear and excitement are often just two sides of the same coin. It makes sense. And if we can, well, if you want to, we can help you find them.
Yeah. Sorry, did you find what you were looking for?
For you, Maeve, as far as the company that you're looking up, the Carven Timer Company, they're a trading consortium that deals in all sorts of different things. It's not just lumber. They do all sorts of imports and exports from all over Exandria. And their headquarters is actually in Amman, which is over in Taldore. But they do have a massive sort of headquartered building here in Port Damali as well. They started logging operations in the Pallid Grove about 10 years ago. And that continued up until just recently, when you had left the Pallid Grove had basically just put a stop to it because KTC wanted more. Because again, the wood from the petrified trees there, very, very strong, very durable, but also very, very light. Makes for extremely good ships and watercraft vehicles. So they wanted more, and that kind of rubbed the Pallid Grove the wrong way. And instead of continuing with like negotiations, they were basically just like, maybe we should put this to a stop for now, and then like we can talk about this a little bit later. Because unlike any other trees around, the petrified forest in the Pallid Grove will not ever grow back.
Right. It's a very limited resource.
Correct. So they were basically okay with like allowing some of it to be harvested in limited quantities, and that was kind of the first interaction they had with the outside world once they started like trading and like sending people out to, you know, kind of start taking stock of where the world is since coming up above the ground. And since then, there's not really going to be a lot here on like the internal like politics or anything like that. But it does mention that, you know, as of probably about 5 or 6 months ago when you left, well, actually, we'd probably say it'd be about a year since they stopped. And there's no mention in here yet about them starting up again, which, based on the information you were told, would mean that it must have just been a new event. So just recently that there hasn't been any records of it yet. So very recent, yes.
Okay. I'm finding some things, Corey. I think I need more current information, unfortunately, for what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Well, where's Niles in the room? Or did he leave us?
He's actually just coming back, and as he comes around the corner, you hear just sort of distantly, like they're probably like down the hall away. Hey, did you ask that princess out yet? And you just see him like throw a book in that direction. She's not a princess!
Oh my god!
And like straightens his robes and comes back and sits down, and he has a few different ink pots and a few different quills and some blank books. He's like, all right, so, Corey, what's life like in the Feywild?
I kind of try to hide like my excitement from reading, but I just clear my throat. Yeah, so I've been pouring through this material, and honestly, it's a little what's the word? Yeah, kind of elementary, you know. And I noticed that it was really talking about like, the pantheon of the Feywild and the, how different in structure their societies are versus, those here on the prime material plane and stuff. And what you guys forgot. You know what you guys forgot?
Please do tell me if I can fill in any holes or provide a more accurate accounting of this. It could do wonders for my reputation here.
Oh yeah,
it could even sidetrack my route to being a senior archivist by years.
Oh my goodness!
Sorry, what?
Yes.
About to ruin this man's whole career.
Yeah.
How accurate do you want to be here, Corey?
Oh my god.
Oh, not at all. I'm about to say like a bunch of random shit.
Cool. Make a deception check for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pass this no matter what, but how well it is going to determine how
that's fair
wrong it is.
Also, guys, I went to Fan Expo in Toronto this past weekend, and I have these new glass dice.
Awesome.
So nice.
Ooh. You should share pictures in the Discord later.
Oh, I should. Oh, you said deception. Oh yeah, dirty 20.
All right, cool. For as long as you are talking, he is taking down notes.
Yeah, so we actually have these gills under our armpits because we're actually, you wouldn't really quite think, but we're quite aquatic too, like we're not just like the typical, enchanted wood, kind of setting that, all, these illustrations. They're okay.
Do you let this all go on, Maeve?
All right. I don't know how to at this point stop her without it being weird, but I think at some point she is going to use. I think she is going to say God, I'm sorry, Corey. She is at some point probably going to say, yes, I am sure, Corey, I know that you have so many interesting stories, but I know we have limited time here. Niles, I wanted to kind of give you a heads up of some other things that have been going on. And she's gonna think to Corey, all right, let's not ruin this whole man's career, please.
And I just say, "Oh no, of course. This is a business visit. It's not just pleasure. But I actually do have this really nifty ability that I could contact you, really any day I want. So I'm happy to feed you more information. Even as busy as we are.
Yes,
on
yeah,
our
that would be
travels.
amazing. Any time, I'm open. Anytime, I'll clear my schedule.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing.
Right. Anyway, she will turn to Niles. How much have you heard from what's happening in Rexentrum in the Empire?
In regards to what?
I'm so sorry. I just saw the stream and saw Sharko on them now. That just wiped my brain. Okay. Back to business. Thanks, Callie.
Got you.
She because Corey, you and I agreed that we should just tell about the portal since we're spreading information to people we can trust, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So she's gonna sit Niles down and be like, so when I came to you a long time ago, I was finding information to find a group of people, and I found them. But we are doing something kind of dangerous. There are portals being open across the continent, and we have the ability to close them. The first one actually was in Rexentrum.
Interesting. No, we haven't heard anything about that. It's public news and public knowledge then in the Empire?
Probably not. Honestly, we've only recently been going more public with it since we. Oh, the map's not there. Deidrim?
Teatron.
This is the same quest that you had told me about before that your sister was also on?
Yes. Yes. She is no longer part of it seems. I am taking her place, so to speak.
Is there anything about what you've been doing that you wouldn't tell him or that you wouldn't want on the record?
I'm trying to think.
Opening
going
our
public.
own portal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mention the part where we opened our own
Okay,
portal.
yeah, I don't
Maybe
mention
leave that part out.
We can-
The bards don't need to know about that bit when they write the stories of us.
Let's leave that out.
Oh, come on.
I'd also would just leave out everyone's like personal stories that
Sure,
have been
sure.
involved with this. But just probably like what we've had to defeat.
Go ahead and make for me a... I don't know, what... and this will also potentially counter Corey's, because this is more pertinent information that hasn't been recorded anywhere that, once corroborated, could do a lot for Niles. So why don't you go ahead and pick a skill that you think is applicable for this check.
You channel my persuasion.
You could do
Pretty good.
persuasion. You could do a history. I'd let you do an arcana. It's kind of magic-y related.
We argue religion. That's a little higher.
You can do religion too if you want, sure.
Okay. My religion at least is +5, but we're gonna spend some inspo.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I don't trust these god-on dice. My 20 now goes down to a 19. Okay. Where are you, religion?
Okay, 13.
13.
So yeah, he takes down everything you're telling him.
Okay.
You know, he kind of, as you're going along and discussing it, he commiserates with you that, yeah, obviously this is hard to believe stuff, and he can understand why in the Empire, they're handling you in sort of a cautious way. Because the story itself sounds crazy. It's blasphemous. But if a lot of the stuff that you've told him about can be corroborated, it's going to go a long way. And as the Cobalt Soul, he's going to basically pass this up the ladder, and certain agents of the Cobalt Soul will be sent out to see what sort of information they can gather, because even back in the Empire, I believe all of the major players that you had met and talked with were in the Cerberus Assembly and didn't really have much of an incentive to believe you or try to prove that what you're saying is true.
Except for the people in Bisay Tile who were witness to it.
A few of them. That's true. But even them, for all they know, it could have been a one-time thing to put you in their good graces. And they're also not on the best of terms with the Empire at large. So yeah, he takes all of that. We'll say that you, between Corey's gas lamping and you giving him actual real information, you probably spend 2, maybe 3 hours here before you know that it's probably getting close to time to go and catch up with the rest of the group near the crossroads at Tyadin Cafe.
I think there was only one last thing we were just going to ask him if he's able to give it to us, and that was, I assume that these are private use, but we are trying to be aware of any quick traveling devices at our control. What does it take to be even allowed to use the teleportation circle here?
Special permission. However, I will say that if the accounts here that you've given me are true, and obviously I believe that they are, but if the High Curator and those under her, believe you and understand the importance of it, I would think that they would open those up to you to be able to quickly travel across Exandria when need be. So
That's very gracious. Thank you.
I will do my best to make sure that this gets into the right hands.
Thank you, Niles.
Yes.
Appreciate
My still somewhat of a fledgling here, but don't worry. With that, and especially with the Fae information you've given me, this is going to do a lot for my reputation, and I'm sure that they will take my word on both of them very seriously.
Absolutely, yeah. Going to be a star. But would there actually be any chance that we could talk to whoever ourselves potentially?
Not at the moment. It's a bit hard to get time with any of the curators, but I will do my best, and the next time that you contact me, hopefully I'll have something for you.
Sounds good. We should be anything that you're able to do to help. We appreciate it. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be in Port Damali, unfortunately, but I will reach back out to you by sending a message.
Corey, you said you have a way to be able to reach out and visit me at any time, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there. Distance shouldn't matter.
Fair enough.
Is that something that only you can use, or is it something that Maeve or I mean anyone else potentially in your group would have access to as well?
Actually, technically, yeah, any of us kind of can. So, if you wanted to talk to me, if you want to talk to Maeve, we'll sort it out and whatnot.
I think we can explain what the spell is, Corey. It's the dream spell.
It's this fancy spell where I can visit you in your dreams. And yeah.
And she can send any of us, including myself, to do that as well.
Most interesting. Well,
yeah, including her girlfriend, Zana.
Sorry?
I just look at Corey like we don't need to do this right now.
Oh, shot to the heart.
Crushed. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and her other partner, Kaylin. Yeah. Any of us could, really.
Thank you, Corey. Anyway.
But both of you go ahead and make an insight check.
I'm 21.
Okay, that's
Wish I
pretty
would have
good.
had that earlier.
Corey?
Sorry, my audio went bad. What was that?
Insight check.
Oh, insight check.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 1.
Okay. Maeve,
Yeah.
when these two are mentioned, you can tell that like if you had put like a special effect on this, like as that was said, the screen in front of Niles basically cracks and shatters.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Corey, you seem to read it as him becoming more determined. He sees these two as obstacles that he can overcome if he has enough help.
Oh no!
I kind of narrow my eyes
And-
and then I link arms with Maeve. And actually, I was kind of like this is actually kind of a date too. I know I said there was no pleasure either, but yeah.
Corey, what? Corey, what are you doing?
Corey, make a
I
persuasion
say
check.
into your head, he's too nerdy for you. You can do better.
Make a persuasion check.
No, she's 22. Haven't you been listening?
28.
No.
28.
Yeah, 28.
So there's a moment where he kind of seems like a little bit withdrawn, just sort of like into himself as he kind of like seems to just be tidying like the papers and like the ink and quills and stuff. And well, I do recall you mentioning that the Pallid Elves have a bit of a different view when it comes to relationships. So
Yep, that is correct. And she'll just look at Corey.
really, the more
Corey-
the merrier. Am I right?
Anyway.
Yeah, but sometimes people are like that. They're just like 3 and they're done.
So
Yeah,
I'm going to
Corey.
take what I've learned today, get everything written up to submit formal requests and inquiries and submissions. And Maeve, whenever you want to reach back out to me, I will be ready with information for you.
I very much appreciate all you have done. Corey is a little, I think, too interested in certain affairs of mine. She'll just kind of give her a look. And it was a pleasure being able to see you again. And
The
I'll reach back
pleasure
out.
was all mine, Maeve.
Thank you. All right. I believe we have to catch with the rest of our group. Yes. To Corey.
Yep. He bids you goodbye and
Thank
heads
you.
off.
Corey.
He just left the room.
Oh, we left. I think we're leaving.
Yep.
Oh, I say in your head, just in case. Look, I'm sorry, okay, but like, Kaylin's awesome. Zana, I'm gonna say, not your best work. But you started out strong with Kaylin, and look, I don't think you need to stoop or anything just because, he seems nice, okay? Like, if he was so smart, he would be able to tell that I was saying bullshit, He can't even do his job right, okay?
Corey, it's because he trusted you, because he trusts me.
No, it's because he want to get in your pants.
Okay, I actually, when you say that, she looks a little sad. As you're walking out, and she goes, I hope people understand that even if I am open with relationships, that doesn't mean I put that above good friendships. And sometimes that can be difficult and cause turmoil. I've lost a friend because she wanted something that I couldn't give. And I don't want to do that to anybody.
Okay, I'm sorry, Maeve. I'll apologize to him tonight and I'll tell him the truth, okay? God.
I'm sorry. That wasn't meant to make you feel bad. I think it's just...
No, you're right. I just want to, like, football kick him. I don't know. Just irks me.
Why does he irk you?
I don't know.
Well, that might be
Did you say
something.
you want to shove him into a locker?
You.
A little bit.
Yeah, but I know why.
That's where that was
But I
going.
knew why you feel that way.
Niles is so nice.
It's because Callie's afraid of being the nerd, so she makes fun of nerds.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's why you didn't want to play wizard for so long. Now how's playing a wizard? Huh? How is it, honey?
Pretty awesome, isn't it?
You're pretty awesome, isn't it? Anyway, just making fun of my wife. But she just nods. I am sorry he has that effect on you. But he was one of the first friends I made when I left the Pallet Grove. So if we're able to at least have that, I will be grateful.
Corey just like, okay, all right, fine, Maeve, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
She just scrubs
just-
the top of your head. It's okay. Go ahead.
It's just been really tough. I haven't been able to, like,
Go wild.
do anything fun,
I
you
get
know. And look, I'm learning and I'm growing, and yes, it does feel good to be the voice of reason and to help others and all that. But also, I just want to break shit at this point.
I
know?
understand. I do understand. You have been, I've noticed, you have been very, very helpful to Hermia, and I do appreciate that. But I also know that you are holding a lot of things back.
What do you mean? Wait,
Well,
what?
I just mean you're holding, like, your desire to break things back.
Oh, yes, I am. Very much so. Like, honestly, Maeve, if it were just me, I would have turned into you and, like, broken his heart already.
Wow. That's really mean.
But I didn't do it, right?
I'm glad you didn't. That would have made me upset. And I probably would have had to break your secret for a friend, and that's not a place I want to be in. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that. Well, listen, I don't know what's going to be happening with this Gareth situation, but it could result in having to break his head, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I know. But, like, you know, sometimes it's like really funny to, like, mess with people and in a non-violent way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can get into their minds, like, anyone can punch anybody, but, like, if you can ruin someone's life, like, mentally, sometimes.
She kind of just looks at you
I'm sorry. That's Kieran. That's old Kieran. I'm so sorry. It's just been a minute, okay?
Corey, can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
Why do you enjoy ruining people's lives?
Well, I'm okay. I don't want to make it sound like that. I guess I'm exaggerating, but I don't know. It's just my life was shit, you know, until I met you guys, and so, you know, it feels a little better when, you know, the rich guy, you know, gets his, you know, his dinner messed up, or if, you know, he thinks that some other lord or lady wants, like, something from them and it's not true, and, you know, turns out to be me, you know. So, and it's just fun, you know.
It sounds like a sort of way of control. Sometimes when your life feels shitty and uncontrollable, it's fun to control someone else's life to be shitty.
Oh, when you put it like that.
So, as the two of you continue on, was there anything else that anybody wanted to do before your meetup with Gareth? Okay. Then with that in mind, you eventually ask around, and it's easy enough for you to find your way to at Teoden's Crossing, which is a upscale cafe. You find Zana waiting. As you kind of come towards it and get out in front of it, you are flagged down by Zana, who is in Mira's form currently, as she's been using Aurora's ASMR form for the longest time. She explains that she was in her ASMR form when she had ran into the man in the caravan last time, so just in case he passed the description on to Garith, she's taken Mira's form for now.
Makes sense.
So as you all get there, you see that at Tyodon's Crossing is this large sort of open space above this massive canal with sort of glass and stained glass like walkways and flooring, so you can see the waterways and some of the fish that are swimming around in it down underneath your feet at all times. And there's tables set up, and some of them have like, you know, umbrellas and like awnings, and they're shaded. Others aren't. And then around the edges is where sort of the bars and the places where you can get your food, your drinks, but most of them is brought to you. I don't think that she would know. Well, here, let's do. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Damn it. I even reminded myself to get my dice out, and I still didn't get my dice out. So we'll see if she was able to spot him before you get there. Yeah, okay. So when you get there, she does say that she has a few people who she thinks might be... Well, no, I guess actually Leaf probably would have like shared like a description at some point. So yeah, okay. So when you all get there, she points out where he is, and you see sitting basically in like the middle of this place. You see half-elf with a rather muscular build, especially knowing that he's probably... No, I guess you wouldn't necessarily know that. Yeah, half-elf, very muscular build. His hair is tightly trimmed. He has a well-maintained chin beard that reaches just along like the edge of his jaws towards his ears, but doesn't quite connect up to his sideburns. He has on this loot-fitted, custom, sort of tailored clothes that seem to be of Marquesian make. So it's kind of a little loose-fitting. Could be like some sort of silk or something like that. Bears very little jewelry, but you do notice that on his right hand, as sort of puts his hand up to like flag down like some of the staff, that he has on what looks to be sort of like a strap of leather around the palm of his hand and like through his fingers. So it's not quite a glove. It's just around the hand, not the fingers itself. And there's a jewel embedded in the back of it. So she points him out to all of you as you kind of like gather outside and kind of sit along like some benches and stuff, so as not to hopefully draw attention. So he's obviously waiting for us. I think it's better if I stay outside to sort of keep an eye on. I don't think that he's looking for a fight given the location that he's chosen, but he may be expecting one from us. And she gives a look to Roz.
Roz looks offended, like, when have I... Okay, fine.
You literally said you wanted to break his nose.
I do want to break his
did.
nose, but
You
I
did
want to
say
break a
that.
lot of people's noses, and I don't do it.
I mean,
Well,
that
I
one
broke
guy.
Damien Frostfire's nose. Fine. I think we can all agree he deserved it.
actually, that
Okay.
wasn't Damien Frost. That was Kieran's nose you broke.
You definitely thought he
I
was.
stand
Wait,
by it.
did you not realize that was
Mine.
Kieran?
Oh.
Are you just now realizing that wasn't
I-
Damien?
Oh.
I didn't realize she didn't know.
Well, I mean, Callie the player knows.
Yeah,
Roz
Yeah.
doesn't.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
This
Roz is like,
this is in
This is not-
character.
yeah,
Yeah, this is
Roz,
in character, yeah.
Like,
Oh. Oh no. All right.
I find it funny that you're more disappointed that you didn't punch Damien than you are concerned you punched Kieran.
yeah, Kieran's tough. They can handle it.
Heck
I'm
yeah,
pretty-
I am.
I'm pretty sure Damien couldn't. I really would have liked to see him cry.
Okay. I think.
I can send you to him in a dream if you want.
Can I break his nose?
Oh yeah, we could do all sorts of shit.
Oh my god.
We can haze him like for 8 hours straight.
Did we just talk about?
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. It's
I
just
said
coming out a little
torture
bit.
earlier, and that was a line.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not even torture. At least torture has a purpose.
Who are the heroes?
Kiana,
I think
Kiana
we're
says,
the bad guys
fully
right
confirmed.
now.
All right.
Isn't this the guy who stabbed Hermia?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting a
According to
nightmare
Hermia,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a nightmare for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, so what is exactly the plan of how we're going to approach this guy? I mean, Leaf, I know he's going to want to talk to you. But what's our angle here? Do we hide what we know? Do we
Did
come
he
out with
say
everything?
he wanted to speak to all of us, or
He
just
knows-
like?
He invited us all.
He invited us all.
Did he invite us all?
He
did.
did.
He said you and your friends can join me for dinner.
Yep.
Okay, well, DM
Yes.
question.
Answer.
Using my detect thoughts from my medallion, would that be something that breaks invisibility?
Yes, because that is an action.
I say. Well, I can go in there camouflaged as, anyone, really. And then while maybe he's talking to someone like Leaf and Rod or Leo or whoever, I can be off to the side and like listening in for thoughts and stuff. And I
I mean,
Keep in mind, detect thoughts lasts for 1 minute.
He's like the public
I have 3
facing
charges.
part of whatever operation this is. We're in a pretty well visible area. I think Zana's right. I don't think he has any intention of attacking us here. Probably just go see what he wants. Remember, the one thing we don't want to let on with him is that we're following the Aeormatons, because we can't let him tip them off.
Also, let's just hope he doesn't rip off Leaf's head. So, Leaf, keep your head on your shoulders at all times.
Yeah, we're right here. I don't think I'm gonna just let him reach across and try and rip off Leaf's head. Turn-based combat be damned.
Sorry, that was funny.
Be that as it may, this one would be grateful if, before anyone's nose gets broken, we try to appeal to his human side. He is still one of my families.
Well, I mean,
Very well, Leaf.
that's very well if you want to try to talk to him about that.
We will follow your lead.
Yeah, I think Leaf, and then I'm going to guess Leo and Roz are going to be probably the main talkers for us. I am not very good at the talking, ironically, so I will stay quiet and let you know if I sense anything weird.
I'll just sit here and look intimidating. That's what I do best.
Fair enough. Okay. Are we ready?
So,
Go ahead.
are we all being? Do you guys want me to be up front and just go in there with y'all, or do you want me to try to read for the juicy parts?
Wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone who's kind of out of sight and just a little extra hand if we need one. So why don't you go in disguise, incognito?
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
One disguised changeling in the place, one disguised changeling out of the place, it looks like.
I'm the better one, and I head inside dressed as a commoner.
Oh, and I'm going to message in Corey's head. Check out the back a little bit. See what they're cooking back there. Make sure he's not poisoning us.
Did you say that you're heading inside as a commoner, Corey?
It's a commoner.
Oh wait. Oh.
So
oh.
as you
it's
get
a
up to the
fancy place.
entrance, yeah,
It's a fancy
there's
place, I forgot.
there's an elf there that just puts their hand down in front of you and goes, do you have a reservation?
Oh,
The answer
I'm
is no,
so
you don't.
sorry.
So
Okay.
please. And they kind of give you like that
Okay.
skedaddle type thing.
Yeah. And then I just dip into an alley and come out as a fancy lady.
You
and
as
say,
you dip into
Thank
that
you.
alley, you hear in your head from Zana, the better changeling.
Ooh, oh my god, just grimace. Try again.
So you come back out looking a bit more, wearing kind of like your noble clothes and like your shift weave.
Yeah, and I will look like. Who do I want to look like?
Damien Frostfire. With a
Yeah,
broken
I'll do
nose.
Damien Frostfire.
Okay. As you approach, the same elven staff member at the front sees you and goes, if you go ahead and head right to the back, there are some open tables. Someone will be with you shortly.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Could I get a
Oh,
name,
gosh, so
please?
good.
Classism at its finest.
Sorry, what was that?
Your name, please.
Oh, yeah, Damien Frostfire. Damien Frostfire.
Yes, good to have you today, or Sir Frostfire. And they jot something down. So you're able to go back and take a seat at one of the open tables. The rest of you, as you approach, it looks like the staff member is about to say something to you, and then they kind of get this look in their head. I'd say on their face. I'd say you all recognize by now, as you've seen it on each other various times, that they're probably receiving some sort of message. The second chances, yes.
That's correct.
And they turn, they gesture over to where Garith is sitting. Mr. Yulmarsh is expecting you.
Thank you much.
In our battle clothes, I'm guessing.
Yeah. In my armor.
Yep. They get adventurers that just came across a bunch of gold coming in here sometimes, so.
Leaf
have
is
my-
wearing his dress.
That's right.
It's
Leaf
true.
is wearing its dress.
Mhm.
I got a nice cloak. I can cover up my bloody leather armor.
So the five of you head over
Yes.
and join Garith at the table. I need everyone to please make
Initiative rolls.
initiative rolls. No, charisma saves, please.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
true.
+5.
+5. That's good. Huddle around our paladin.
Charisma saves.
I got a nat 20 for a 34.
A 19, so 24.
Not Corey. You're out of range.
Leaf, no.
We've got a 10.
10. 10.
Nice.
Oh god. I got a 7 + 5 + 2, so I got 14.
Okay, so the only
got
people who succeeded were Callie and Hermia. The rest of you are under the...
I got 24, by the way. I didn't add the +5.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. So, Leaf and Leo, you two are under the effect of Zone of Truth. So you cannot...
Interesting. I
you-
thought Zone of Truth was a wisdom save.
You cannot... It's not. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
charisma.
Ooh.
You cannot tell a lie. So, as
This
you
one
sit
never
You
down...
don't have to answer with the truth,
don't have to
but you
answer-
can't tell a lie.
Yep.
Well,
so-
I guess on Leaf, that's nothing new.
Yep. As you all sit down, you watch as he motions for one of the staff to come back over and orders a fancy wine for all of you. And the the servant is like, are you sure that's our most expensive? And then kind of catches themselves, like they're not sure why they're admitting and saying that out loud. And he goes, it's fine. I don't presume to know what all of your tastes are, but if you'd like to order anything, it's on me.
Nothing from me, thank you.
I'm good.
Just the wine, then. And the staff member leaves. I would say Leaf, Maeve, and Leo, with your high perception, you notice something odd. He has his sleeves kind of rolled up to just under his elbow, and you can see on the top of his arm this kind of crystal scarring that reminds you of residuum. There's like crystals that have been like implanted either surgically or through some sort of magic in his arms. Leaf, it's been some time. How's the world of adventuring been treating you?
This one has been doing well for itself. How are you? What was Marshmallow?
Yule Marsh. Hold on, I'll put it in chat for you. Marshmallow. Yes,
You should
Gareth
call him
Marshmallow.
Friend Marshmallow.
Roz, no. Actually, Maeve would be concerned too.
I mean, it's like Roz
what?
and May were looking at like the number of like forks and knives on the table, and they're like,
What?
Oh, Yule Marsh is his last name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a pseudonym he was going by.
Oh, I see. Like,
I thought like Yule and then Marsh. Okay.
yeah. I see what you mean.
Okay.
I can see that.
It's been Well, tell me, Garith, what have you been up to these last few years?
He smiles as he takes a sip of the wine he has in front of him. I've been keeping myself busy. Unfortunately, I can't go too in-depth with what it is that I do. But I'm glad to see that you're okay. How is it that you came by your second chances here?
This one was at a carnival. Or festival?
Festival.
Festival.
Yeah, festival.
I
Same
thought you were
thing.
trying to lie at first. I was like,
No. Poor memory. This one had been traveling around seeking family for the ones that this one had lost. Tell me, where is the doctor?
His face kind of frowns a bit. Lost family, Leaf. You didn't lose anyone. The doctor is alive and well, waiting for you back home.
Is she well?
He nods.
This
Can I
one
insight
had
that?
Yeah, go
this
for
one
it.
had tripped into a river.
Detect thoughts, huh, Corey? Okay.
And I got a 18 plus 6.
Yeah.
24.
Okay. 24. This man is very difficult to read. In your time in Shady Creek Run and dealing with the people that you deal with, you become very good at spotting lies. But that's just when it comes to thieves, sellswords, ruffians, things like that. People who didn't really have much of a choice except to get into this life and learn how to do this. You have no idea how truthful he's being right now, but what you do know is that this man does what you were supposed to, or what you had to do as a necessity, as a living. He chose this life, and I would say that with a 24, you probably would have a good understanding or a good notion that he is probably involved in the same sort of line of work as Zana. As for Corey, you get an instant of surface thoughts, which is excitement, anticipation, and then for all of you who goes, excuse me, as he snaps his fingers and the spell ends, Corey, could you have your friend come join us? As he casts counterspell on your detect thoughts.
I didn't realize even the first part could be detected. Shit.
I'm kind of.
You hear
Messy.
Roz's voice in your head, Corey. It's all right. You can come on over.
I stand up and sit down. And I say, could we get some Lucky Kierans in here?
If you let them know what's in a Lucky Kieran, they would be more than happy to assist.
Sure.
So they come over, you explain what's in a Lucky Kieran. Lady's like, that is a lot of alcohol for someone's... And again, they have this look on their face like, why am I saying that? And they turn and they walk off to go get your Lucky Kierans.
these poor servers.
Corey, go ahead and make a charisma save for me, please.
Does Gil have to make one too?
You'll use a legendary resistance
28.
to succeed. Okay.
Does he know who saved and who didn't?
I believe...
I don't think you know that was Zone of Truth.
I think you do. I think you can tell who saves and who doesn't.
I know
I
you
think
said
he knows, but I don't think anyone else
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. You guys don't know that
Oh yeah, you know whether each creature succeeds or fails. Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, because I remember that's what's happened before with
Yeah.
Elena or Elena. I
Ella,
think.
yeah, Elena knew who could tell the truth and who couldn't tell
Yeah.
the truth.
Because she wouldn't let me talk. I remember this.
Yeah, she's basically like you, and you shut up.
Yeah, I was like. Anyway.
Since the attack on your home, yes, the doctor, for a while, it was touch and go. It was not, well, you were there. You know what happened. But luckily, a friend of hers, my employer, was able to help her get back on her feet and with some of her research since you've been gone.
Who attacked us back then?
It was apparently bandits of some sort. I'm sure they were probably from some sort of local gang near one of the cities there, but being out in the wild, as you were, it was only a matter of time until she drew the attention of someone who didn't understand the nature of their work and thought that they could make a quick buck on it.
That sounds very accurate.
Were you playing bodyguard for this doctor?
No, I've only just recently, well, when Leaf and the accident happened, it was through my employer that I was more well acquainted with the doctor and her work. Prior to that, I was a friend of Leaf's.
Who is your employer now?
Alexander Denoza, local politician and artificer.
When we met briefly.
You have
At the
not
ball?
met, no.
Have we heard of this name before?
Yes. You heard this name from the Marcus. Let me go and check the cities here real quick. I believe from the Marquis of Tusoa, who had said that the Marquis of Phaolin, who had all of the Automatons following him around, that he changed after meeting this person.
The Marcus changed after meeting Denoza.
Remember there was a Marquis that had like 2 automaton bodyguards with him and was like looking for someone specific. When he had left, I believe you had talked with the Marquis of Phaolin, who was a high elf woman, who said he hasn't always been like that, and he changed quite a bit after meeting this Alexander Denoza.
This one has heard of this Denoza. Are they looking for more employees?
I think that he would be interested in meeting you, Leaf. He has a vested interest in the good doctor's works. And you are unlike anything else she's ever created.
Did the doctor create this one?
Did she not?
This is a question that this one is posing.
From what I understand of her work, she was looking to create something similar to the Aeormatons. And she does refer to you as her son. And what is a mother if not a creator?
Did I already ask where she is right now?
You have not asked where she is right now.
Where is the doctor?
Back in
Is
her home.
she
in the
still at
mountain.
home?
She is, at the foot of the Sirios Mountains.
This one would like to arrange a meeting.
I think that she would like that. You know the way home, don't you?
This one may have lost its memory once, but it recalls the way. Why is it you wanted to meet up in this fancy place?
been a long time since we've seen one another, and when we parted, it wasn't on the happiest of terms. Since the attack on your home, myself and the rest of your family had thought that you had perished. It's good to see you again. Alive, well, and flourishing with friends.
Are you aware that Rock and Vision had their cores compromised?
His nose kind of scrunches a bit. I was not. I don't spend much time there myself. What were you able to learn from them?
Not much, unfortunately. They were damaged in a bit of protection, as Leaf kind of glances over at May. Who was it?
It was,
Oh no,
It was Zana who did it.
It was
but not
Zana.
in here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just kind of glances back and forth at Roz and Maeve during their
I was like, I
attempted
wasn't
assault.
there.
And where are they now? Was that part of your trip to Aeor's recollection?
Yes, this one wanted to ensure that family was kept safe and as unharmed as possible.
The Lucky Kirans are brought, by the way.
Cool.
Roz doesn't drink anything that's
Ever
brought to her.
tried?
What was that, Corey?
What would? Yeah, have you ever tried one, Gary?
Can't say that I have. More of a wine drinker
please.
myself than the harder things. As sweet as they may taste.
Well,
There-
tell me, what do you think?
I'll have
There
to
is
pass
likely
this
wine inside of it.
It's true. I think it's like a tequila drink.
Among other liquors
Yeah.
and sugars.
Yeah. Those who drink it don't feel so lucky in the morning.
Yep.
So what have you been up to since meeting with the Second Chances, then? I've heard word of group matching your descriptions and some unusual heroics in Deidrin.
What do you mean by unusual? We just travel the countryside and we save those who need saving.
Something of portals? There's no need to be modest. You're heroes after all, aren't you?
Well, we may have closed a portal or two in our time.
Or 6.
If you want to count.
But who's counting?
Does this interest you?
You're my friend, Leaf. Of course what you've been up to interests me. But if all you're looking to do is get back home quicker, I could arrange horses, cart, whatever it is that you need for the travel to do so.
Sorry, this one's memory banks have been damaged at one point, and the details have grown fuzzy.
Well, your friends can enter the conversation if they so choose.
We have horses and carts prepared. We're actually leaving in the morning.
Well, if there's anything else that I can do to help or provide you with, don't hesitate to ask, Leaf. We are friends after all.
Do you have any diamonds?
Kind of gives you a look. For
I feel like
what?
Roz and Maeve look so tired right now. As they just go,
Yeah, they just like groaning. No zone of truth required.
Yeah.
Just-
For what
Very tired.
reason?
This one uses them as components to bring entities who have ceased to be living back from the dead.
Sure.
He also likes to just
revivify.
give them to people randomly.
he has never once cast Revivify.
And say, do you have to resurrect your allies often?
Do you not?
It's one of the many talents that evade my own skill set.
How did you and Leaf become friends?
Met him here in Port Damali several years ago. It was around the time that Aeormatons had started to pop up, and there's something about Leaf that's not quite automaton, not quite Aeormaton. His mastery over divine magic in Melora's domain is quite unique. His ability to transform is one of a kind. It's organic despite his seemingly inorganic appearance.
I'd like to make an insight check.
What are you trying to...
I'm trying to figure out if, while he's talking about this, if he sounds like really interested, like, like fascinated by what Leaf can do, or if he's just kind of saying this like he's just telling a story.
No,
Because there's something
you
deeper.
definitely detect like a truthfulness and a fascination in
Okay.
the way that he talks about Leaf.
Just going 3 steps ahead about a motive here that probably isn't the motive.
I mean, if
Let's,
it's good enough, it becomes the motive after the DM learns about it.
Been there.
Nah, it's okay.
Oh, that's way better than what I had written down. Holy shit.
I don't know. He's trying to collect Aeormatons. I didn't know if he's trying to make Leaf again. I don't know.
that's my suspicion. I was actually going to say, Gareth, let's quit beating around the bush here. How involved into the Aeormaton disappearances are you?
Make a persuasion check.
You channel me.
No.
What role did you have to be?
Persuasion.
What is Zana's persuasion?
Take mine. It's a 9.
Take Roz's,
Was it 9?
please. Yeah, Roz has the best one.
Well, no, I have a plus 10.
What?
Then why would you need Zana's?
I was just wondering if she is higher.
Wait.
She's not.
Wait,
No, Zana doesn't persuade people. She takes what she wants.
can I ask? Wait, I just want to, me as a player, wants to make sure. We were trying not to give it away, right? That we were on his trail?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to message to Leo, hey, I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta do this, and I'm gonna cast Gift of Gab.
Can that work on other people?
Yeah, when you cast the spell, you skillfully reshape the memories of listeners in your immediate area so that each creature or choice within 5 feet of you forgets everything. Oh, everything I said. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, you got a 29, so that's pretty
With
good.
a 29, he locks eyes with you, Leo, and there is this moment of understanding that you don't have often, but you've seen it before in some rare instances of your dealings with leaders or head of houses from the families in Shady Creek Run, or with someone like the gentleman. And he cracks a genuine smile. Sure, we can be truthful. You're trying to track down, and I assume the reason you're leaving in the morning is to catch up with Roman. He's got about a 2-day head start on you, as is. But I'm sure you can probably make your way to him before he gets anywhere near home with his shipment.
Making your way.
You do know what this means, then?
Enlighten me.
That you haven't been truthful this entire time with Leaf?
You're just figuring that out? I wasn't lying when I said that Leaf is unique. The good doctor was hired by the Clovis Concord long ago to develop a automaton that could harness divine magic, something that didn't need to be recharged by arcane means, and that had intelligence. The
So was it the
free
Clovis
will-
Concord that attacked the Doctor?
No. That would be Denozo. He was the original mastermind behind it. He had dreams of becoming a Marquis himself and thought with a powerful enough army behind him, he might be able to push his way in politically.
And that's the man you work for now.
It is.
So what's your aim in all of this?
To get Leaf back home.
And allow these Aeormatons and even his siblings to get involved with that?
His siblings are regular automatons. They have no feelings, but the Aeormatons are a means to an end. He's trying to figure out how to recreate Leaf. And as advanced and as much of a wonder as Aeormatons are, they aren't Leaf. With him
But
being able to
people-
study and replicate him, Denozo will have no more need for the Aeormatons.
If this one goes with you, will you release the doctor?
I'll be staying here, Leaf. You can make your way home on your own. But I can let Alexander know that you're on your way. He will be quite pleased.
What are they going to do to Leaf when he gets there?
I'm not sure. That's not exactly my area of expertise.
Does that mean you don't care?
They're not mutually exclusive.
Money talks in his world, Maeve.
So why be open with us now?
Your friend here wanted to shoot straight, and I think we both want the same thing.
And what do you want?
For Leaf
Do you
to
want
go
Leaf to be
home.
safe? It doesn't sound like you want him to be safe.
I think Leaf will be safe. There's no point in Alexander harming him when Leaf is exactly what he wants.
Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of put a piece together so I'm not saying something obvious.
It's fine. You take your time.
And you believe in some weird world we're just gonna surrender Leaf to this guy and
Probably not. But Alexander also has quite a few resources at his own use.
You can tell Denozo that this one will come willingly if the doctor is released from her cell.
I'm sure you'll be able to meet the doctor, and she'll be excited to see you.
Leaf, Denozo may never let you out again. He's not treating you like a person.
Denozo was never going to let the doctor out either. Why should this one be free while its creator is locked away?
You should both be free. Unbelievable.
Where can we find Denozo?
He's home. With the doctor. You suspect, Leaf, that the man that you saw in the doctor's quarters must be the man Gareth is talking about.
Yeah, she kind of wants Denozo's nose to be punched, but this guy is Maeve's just kind of getting angry because this guy is acting so like cool while also being like, "I'm your friend, Leaf," and she thinks that is just utter bullshit.
I mean, I'd say at this point now, with him sort of dropping the act, I think you can easily sort of intuit that that was part of the act as well.
Yeah, but she just finds that reprehensible.
So, how about we look at it this way? Tell Denoza to release the Aeormatons, and we'll go up there. Otherwise, I don't see what's stopping us from hopping an airship to Taldore and you never seeing us again.
He smiles. Looks to Leaf. No, I think he can expect a homecoming. There's nothing else. I'm going to excuse myself, but please, I've taken care of the bill, so once again, whatever you'd like. It's on me.
I'd like one of everything, please.
He nods and gives you a smile and then stands up.
Roz grabs him by the arm as he's walking by. You better pray we don't see each other again.
He nods to you with a smile.
She lets him go.
And as he gets near the front of the cafe, you watch as he simply vanishes.
I'm sorry, Leaf.
For what?
Man you thought was your friend is a con artist
And a scumbag.
and using you?
This one always knew. This one knew that he was not a friend.
Still, just
This one wanted to see if he had changed, but he has not.
He has not.
Men like him don't change. They die doing what they apparently love.
I say we go up to this
That's a roll,
Denoza and tear his heart out. I
Yeah.
threatened to break his nose, but
I
that's too good
agree.
for him.
Well, either
Yeah,
way.
Leaf, you're not going there. You know that, right?
Well,
Oh,
no,
We
we're
are going there. We can help the
there.
doctor.
we're
But
not gonna let him get taken.
yeah, but
Yeah,
we're going there
like-
to fight.
But you're not doing this like, oh, I'll switch myself with, the doctor. I know she's very important, but we faced bigger things before, and we can get you both out. You know that, right, Leaf?
If it comes to that. But if it can also have a peaceful resolution where none of my family can get hurt, then this one doesn't have any issues going with Denozo either.
Why not? Why doesn't that bother you?
Because family is the most important thing.
No, I would die for my family too, but I don't want to. I would try to avoid it at any cost.
Zana comes and joins joins all of you as well.
Did you see anything strange when he left?
Besides the fact that he teleported out in the middle of the square, how many of you noticed the crystal scarring on his arms?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Ruidium, right?
Residuum or
Residuum.
A few years ago, near the end of the War of Ashen Light, there was a member, now ex-member of the Cerberus Assembly, who had Black Ops training, essentially. Would take the most gifted students from the Solstice Academy and train them and augment them to be, for a lack of a better term, magic assassins. They called them Volstruckers. when this Cerberus assembly member was supplanted and jailed, the Volstrucker program was scrapped. I don't recognize the man by his face, but he was definitely a Volstrucker agent.
Was Zana a Volstrucker agent too, or no?
I think she just knows about him. What can we expect of someone with that kind of thing?
If
Can
we
we
can,
make a history
Sauna
check?
with magic.
if we can avoid it, avoid a fight with him, then I would highly recommend it. Otherwise, you take him out when he sleeps.
Can I history check Volstruckers, if at all?
It'll be a pretty high check, but you can certainly try, yeah.
Inspo. Okay. 12.
No, it doesn't ring any bells for you, Corey.
You think you could take him out while he sleeps, Zana?
If I knew where and had time to case and prepare it, 2-3 weeks tops, probably.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of time, and I'm not sure if that's the safest route here. Not that there is one. I think we need to take down the guy that has the Aeormatons and at least stop that. Whether that is going to be a moot point till we reach to Leaf's home, I'm not sure.
When you
But-
explain everything that you had talked to
Yeah.
with him about Dazana as well, she also adds, it's an unusual move for him to admit all of the business of his employer, which means one of two things. He doesn't care how it turns out, whether his employer wins or we do, or he is that confident in his employer's abilities.
I'm not sure which is worse.
Knowing the reputation of Volstrucker agents, the second.
Well, I mean, couldn't this... I mean, we kind of have the leverage here, right? I mean, I know they have the doctor, right? But they really can't do anything bad to either of them because they need both of them. So could we just like pick them off one by one, and then like when we get there, it won't be as bad as a fight? Because
Well,
I don't know. Like
here's
a
an
big
idea.
guy.
When we go take down the shipment, we get that dude. Either you or Zana can shapeshift into him, and we just
He's-
sneak in with the shipment.
Leo, he is a big man. We could technically shapeshift into a lookalike, but we
It wouldn't be
can't.
him.
We can't create that much extra mass. They would.
Well,
be
then
able
we
to
have
tell.
these beads of illusion. We could make him.
Yeah. And I can turn
Possibly.
into Garith now too, and I form.
Well, I
Was-
still. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay, it's okay. Go ahead.
Zana, was Roma also a Volstrucker agent that you could see?
No. He was something different. He had augmentations, but it was dark, and even the way he fought, he didn't give away a lot of what I think he was capable of. I was also surprised and blindsided by whatever poison it was that he used.
He will not be an easy man to take down, perhaps, but we have all of us now.
And if he is employing the same type of people as a Volstrucker, don't underestimate him just because we have some wins under our belt.
Okay.
Very well.
Well, we can
consider a faked shipment, but I don't feel comfortable keeping the Aeormatons with us. I do think those should be returned to their homes.
Leaf, you've been trying to scry on the doctor in your home, haven't you?
Dr. Fernelius?
Yes.
Yeah.
With how much success?
None.
Is this Zana speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much on the doctor herself, but I have been able to scry on her location.
With
one has.
a former Volstrucker agent is in his employ, being an artificer of some skill and looking to replicate Leaf, I think it would be safe for us to assume going in that he has advanced magical defenses.
All right. Well, first things first, we got to catch up to this guy and save the Aeormatons we can. It's on the way anyway.
Right.
We're all going to the same place. Razel, get up. She's not interested in eating the meal that this guy paid for. Fuck this guy.
Okay.
I like the idea of ordering everything on the menu.
Oh, Rosalind definitely orders one of everything on the menu, but she doesn't eat it. She just leaves.
Yeah. Actually,
I take
Maeve,
some of it.
Maeve will put in Corey's mind, now this kind of pranking I can get behind.
See, that's what I mean. But also, he didn't seem to care about it. I thought
know.
about it. I should have counterspelled his freaking teleport. That'd have been so funny. And he's like, I'm gonna make a badass entrance, and then poof. He's like, what the fuck?
That'd have been pretty good.
That would have been pretty funny.
All right.
But sorry, guys.
No,
I just
yeah, continue. Sorry.
Zana, does the name Alexander Denoza ring any under, ground criminal bells?
She rolled a natural 20 for the last question you asked her, which would have been really nice right now. I can do a little bit of digging tonight while the rest of you sleep and prepare for tomorrow and see what I can find about that person. I can also, you said Roman was the man's name?
The big guy.
The big guy?
Oh, he had an alien. Oh, Roman. I guess that
Roman
was.
Reigns?
Was that the name that wasn't the alias? That was what Gareth said it was.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The alias
Then,
was
yes.
Cassius Jax.
Right. Yeah, I just couldn't think of it.
I didn't remember the alias, but I remembered it was a Star Wars name.
Is Cassius Jax a Star Wars name?
I mean, it
I mean,
sounds
smells
like
like
Oh.
one.
yeah, it absolutely
It is
does.
absolutely the Star Wars naming convention.
Yeah, especially with like the 2 X's or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Fair enough.
for sure.
Fair enough.
Let's go hang out with Mars Guo.
I will look into and see what I can find tonight before we have to leave tomorrow.
Oh my god.
This sounds like, I don't know. We've never gone up against like an actual unified force like that. If he is the kind of guy he sounds like.
Ross thinks about it like, I don't know, those people in Deidre seem pretty damn unified.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I mean like under society, like, freaking Myriad kind of handed our butts to us, and that wasn't even like an official like, hey, you're our enemy. Like, they know who we are, and they know that we have what they want.
I
Yeah,
don't
Corey
know
does
that
have a
any
point.
of them are quite as dangerous as the Plague of Eyes is. But they will definitely be more dangerous than anyone else that we've faced up to this point.
Okay.
They have
Sounds like
careers.
this one is about to die again.
They have
No, you're not.
careers.
Don't say that. Leaf,
They-
I'm gonna get so mad. I'm
they-
already freaking on edge.
They have careers in dealing with people like each other, and you do not live long in that world
Right.
unless you're up to snuff.
I'll just have to be better then. Whatever that means.
All right. Well,
Hey. Well, I'm going to
The
head off
staff
one.
comes over, and there's like 5 of them. They're each holding like these 2 big trays. They start unloading food off onto the table.
If we're just
Uh,
leaving.
Yeah, Roz is gonna go out and go up to like the elf at the front and point at some like commoner people, like, "Oh, those are our guests. Those are who those meals are for."
All right.
And she's just gonna let some commoners come in and eat this meal.
All right, fair enough. Those sitting around, because remember, you guys are also like right in the center of this place.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of people giving looks like, oh, they'll let anyone in.
Yes. Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
Gareth is paying for the bill for these people.
Yeah. So yeah.
Drinks for the house. It's on Gareth.
All right, that seems to have relaxed people a little bit, and they're a little bit more okay with it.
Yeah.
So funny.
One of the wait staff is like, what percentage tip did you want to put on this at the end of the night?
100.
Oh yeah. What's the highest you've ever gotten out of curiosity?
200 gold?
You need to lie higher than that.
I can't?
Fair. That's a fair point. You know what? Make it 500 gold. You're good.
Much appreciated.
500
It is, isn't
per employee of the house, including the back room.
Oh, no. No, that was just a joke. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, just 500.
Gosh, you don't want to get this man for his money?
Yeah, the poor cook's back there like, yeah, aw.
No, I mean, I have like 50 gold in my pocket,
we're
guys.
not
I
paying
forgot
for
that
this.
we were
Gareth's
loaded
paying
again.
for the meal.
Gareth is paying for it.
I know.
Huh?
Oh, because
No.
she looks like Gareth right now.
Oh,
Got it.
Trying to get into character.
That's rough.
But doesn't he already have like a bill or something? He said he already sold
He
it?
already said he already took care of it. It's on his tab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So I think you're good.
All right. Great. We all leave. We feel good about ourselves.
All right, so those of you who want to stay around and eat some stuff, it's fantastic. It's been some time since you've had food like this. Probably since the lavish chateau. And eventually you find your way back to an inn somewhere to settle down for the night. Zana
Suppose I will. Oh, God.
vanishes for the night, or at least doesn't go back to the inn with you.
Right.
So if there's anything that anybody would like to do before the night is over.
I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait if we come back to Port Damali for the temple. That was my only other thing. But
I
if
mean,
we need to wait, we can do
If
that
you want to
later.
go to the temple, like again, you don't have to like go to bed right now, so you can get up super early. So if you want to spend an hour to go find Temple to the Moonweaver, you can.
Sure. She'll do that.
Roz just wants to do a sending message.
Like on a sending stone?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, go ahead. What is God damn you all? All right.
hey, I was with you.
nope.
I got thrown out of character when I scrolled down and saw all this shit.
I'm adding. Remember what I said last time? God, this is
I
gonna be.
said
You know
Niall
what?
sucks. Who said Niall sucks? Was that you?
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep.
my handwriting's a chicken scratch. That was definitely not me.
I'm gonna keep all of this up here so that I can go through and count how many individual drawings there are, and we'll be adding the appropriate temporary HP to the man you're trying to track down.
Oh, God.
Robbie, don't
No,
you like
don't
my
you start
cute
deleting
photo?
them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now you,
You
can
like my
delete
cute
them.
cow?
Here's what I think about that cow.
How could you?
For those of you wondering, they're drawing all over the Roll20 map. They've been doing it this whole time.
Yeah, we have.
If
Yeah.
I told them last week what would happen if they did.
I didn't touch it. Did I ever tell
What
you?
is we?
Yeah, let's be clear. It's me and Corey.
Yeah, it was definitely just the two of you.
Hey,
Oh,
don't
there-
put my name out there.
There's a penis out there, so that's probably Juxta.
Probably.
No. I
Yeah.
was the what the fuck.
Okay.
I love DM's little like things that pet peeves. I don't think you've ever had to deal with it, but my brother's is actually dice stacking.
Yep.
He used to make it that if you dice stacked, you had to roll the dice that you stacked, and that was how much HP you lost.
It's such
I
a
dice
weird
stack
one.
all the time.
He hated that so much.
Why?
Because it would make a lot of noise suddenly. 'Cause
When
it
they
would
inevitably
inevitably
fell
fall,
over.
Yeah.
and so it was always very like jarring for him, like in the middle
That
of like
that I get.
roleplay.
Like if it falls
Yeah.
over and like
Okay.
makes a thing.
Yeah.
But all right.
And to be
Well-
fair, like this was during the days of like only face-to-face tabletop. This was before Roll20 and stuff like that. So
you
this
know,
was...
I'm gonna start sending. If any dice stacking TikToks come across my feed, now I'm sending them to your brother. All right, Rosalind, who are you sending a sending message to?
Saris.
Okay.
She sends a message that says, "Hey kiddo, I'm in Port Damali, just sailed across the Lucidian, hunting down some Aeormaton kidnappers. Hope all is well. Did Evelyn look up Kalishtar?"
Okay. All right. You get back. Roz? Which that alien Roz?
It would still be like the early evening there.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. You're right.
They're behind us.
I did it.
It's
did
when I send it in the
backwards.
morning
Yep,
that's a
yep,
problem.
Yep, I did it backwards. Yep. Hey, Roz. Yeah, she did. She's learning a lot. Aeormatons are cool. We don't really get a lot of those over here. Just started school back up.
Roz just says, "Not learning to count, apparently."
Who needs math?
Hey, you know what? Roz agrees with that. Who needs math?
Wait, hold on. Didn't you say that Saris becomes like a magic user?
In her world, Saris is like
Wizard or
She's the opposite of
sorcerer?
Saris is always like tiny and scrawny, so she always becomes a magic user of some kind.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe she'll realize that she does need numbers in
Yeah.
math.
Yeah. Well, if she's anything like my world, Saris, she ain't gonna get much bigger.
All right. Maeve, you head out and ask around about a Moonweaver temple. And there isn't a specific temple here in the same way that there is for the Raven Queen or some of the other prime deities. But they do mention a spot of worship for her just outside of the city limits off to the west exit. So it is kind of a little bit of a walk for... No, actually, you know what? You can just jump on Luster.
I can jump on Luster, yeah.
And take to the sky. Yep.
Well, he's marching on the ground.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, yep. No fly yet. So you do draw a few eyes, as you do. And there's also one person near the entrance who goes, wait, I know that dragon! But eventually you do get out and sort of between some of the farm houses that are out there as a lot of the farming and the agriculture, that isn't fishing, is for Port Damali. There's this wide open field about roughly the size of like a baseball diamond. And you almost immediately can tell why this place isn't in the city itself amongst a lot of the light pollution and stuff like that. There is a statue here of the Moonweaver. It's about 9 feet tall, on a little bit on the smaller side compared to what you normally see in prime civilization like this. But out here away from the city, looking up on a night like tonight, which is cloudless, you do see Katha in the sky, but you have a perfect view of all of the stars as well in the night sky. There's a few other people that are out here as well. You see a human couple, sitting down in like a blanket, sort of gazing up at the stars. You see an old elderly man there, just kind of like, leaning on his cane as well. Mother and her child kneeling in prayer as well. So it's nothing that's as organized as what you've seen inside of the cities. But I think maybe because of that, absent the stuff that your father would usually try to impart on you it probably feels a little bit more like how something like this might go at home.
She'll find kind of a place that's not intrusive on anybody else's thing. And she'll kneel down. And kind of have Luster by her side. All right, buddy. Well, I guess at least I won't be eavesdropped, huh? She kind of says jokingly. And
He
she'll
plops down next to you and kind of like gets into a thing like he's praying too.
good work, buddy. She's mostly just gonna sit down in more of like a meditative sort of way, I think, but she is once again she's thinking a lot about Chandra and her sister, and she is just she's calmer as she's thinking about it, but she is just kind of in a kind of both questioning like what happened with Chandra, why did she not receive the sort of help that I did to do this? But she's also kind of requesting that she turn her eyes toward her sister to make sure she's not alone.
Okay.
And then I think once that's done, she'll kind of sit back and just look at the moon stars for a little bit.
As you are, the woman and the little girl who are praying nearby, they stand up and seem to be going to leave when the little girl kind of just stops in her track and kind of looks up to her mom. They exchange some words, and then she comes over.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi there.
Is that a dragon?
It is. This is my dragon Luster. He's very nice. My name's Maeve. What's your name?
Senna.
Hi, Senna.
Can I pet him?
Yeah, you can pet him.
She'll kind of motion to Luster.
Yep. He brings his head down and she kind of starts to pet him. He looks like the stars.
He is. You know, I was very lucky. Zaheen actually sent him my way when I was in real deep trouble. And he's been with me ever since.
She smiles. How come you seem so sad then?
Oh,
She kind of thinks for a moment how to explain this to a child.
well, do you have any siblings?
She shakes her head a little bit, then goes, yeah, kinda. They don't live with us though.
Oh,
So I don't get to see them a lot.
do you think about them sometimes?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. You know, I haven't seen my sister in 10 years. So I get that. But, I don't know. I sometimes, I felt really lucky, you know, to have Luster brought to me, but my sister, she's having a hard time. And, I just am kind of hoping that the Moonweaver can help her too.
She comes over towards you and she takes your hands into hers. We don't have a lot. And there are other people in Port Damali that do have a lot. And I always wonder why. I guess why that is. Or why the gods or even people, you know, in the city who want to do good, I guess don't really share. And my mama always says that what you get doesn't necessarily determine who you are or who you become. And sometimes we get the things we need when we need them. But all we have to do is look around and be thankful for the stuff that we have. And
Mom
it's-
sounds like a very wise woman.
She says it's okay to get angry and jealous sometimes, but it's better to spend your energy being thankful for what you have.
Well, I think that is very true. I will. Sometimes I think it's easy to forget that there's a lot of things to be thankful for, even if it's not as much as someone else.
That's also why we should share our things with other people as well. And she takes off a necklace that she has, which you recognize as a symbol of the Moonweaver. Here, you can have this.
Oh, I don't need it.
No, it's a gift. You can't turn them down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was given to me by a friend who gave it to her as well. So you could find somebody else to give it to if you wanted to, so that way more and more people have something.
She looks at it. Is there anything else special about it?
No, it just seems like a simple charm of the Moonweaver.
Thank you. I will share it with someone.
You're welcome.
Someone who needs it, just like I did.
Bye, Luster. And she gives him scritches on the chins, and she runs back off to her mom.
She kind of looks at the charm for a moment and kind of shrugs.
Someone else who might need it.
She'll put it away.
All right, ready to head back to the inn?
He nods and puts his head down and kind of scoops you up on top of him, and then takes off running again.
Let's go.
All right. Was there going to be any dream business tonight?
Looking at you, Corey.
I want to go.
Oh,
talk
I have
to
two
Leaf.
dreams. Yeah, great. You want to go talk to who? To Leaf?
Injects
Leaf
his knife.
is currently AFK. Ooh, excuse
Okay, I'll just
Leaf
do
is
my
in
other...
low power mode.
Yeah.
Well, fine. I'll check in with Gil really quick.
me. Sure. You pop on into Gil, and like all the other times that you've jumped in here recently, it's just sort of like this dark, sort of like empty space, and after a few seconds, you watch as he kind of emerges from the shadows. Hey there.
Gil, I got you all this food, and I take the food that I saved from the buffet place.
I don't eat.
What? Really?
Yes, really. When have you ever seen me eat before? I mean, I know sometimes you come in here and I have fancy, feasts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't actually eat it. And if I did need to, that just means I can summon my own sustenance. No, I prefer jewels and gold and other lavish things like that.
Well, I mean, I took some of the silverware. It's pretty fancy.
For example, silverware, please. I'm not a peasant. But
No?
that sword of your paladin friends, I'm just saying, there's a lot of power coming from that.
Yeah, but that's Raza's.
Fine, but if
I'll
she ever
get
dies
you-
in the battlefield and you're not able to resurrect her,
No,
I get it.
She's
mine.
She's not. Okay, I'll get you your own fancy sword. Chad is also off the table. Okay.
I don't want that dreary thing anyway.
Okay. Well. Well then, I'll get you something nice tomorrow. But I don't know, there's so much going on right now. Do you have any insight about what we should do, Gil?
About what?
Because, like, with these people, like, they clearly seem like some, underground magic, political,
All right,
I don't know,
apparently
thing.
their base is in a cave. Just collapse the mountain on them.
Yeah, but we have someone important in there that we also want to make sure is safe.
Kieran, Corey, look, you can't always get everything that you want. Do you want to save the people or do you want to kill the bad guys?
I just thought, with your unending wisdom and all your intelligence, that you could finesse a solution that would protect both interests. But
flips
I
his
guess
hair
if
back.
you don't have
Obviously,
it-
I could, but I can't just be
Uh-huh.
doing everything for you. You have to learn to stand on your
I
own
know,
2
and that's
feet.
why, it's totally fine. You don't want to offer your guidance.
What if you bring your friends in
and-
here when they
yeah.
realize how powerful I am and they steal me for themselves, and then you don't have me anymore? Then what are you gonna do?
Oh, they wouldn't do that, first of all.
Mhm.
But on that
Keep thinking
topic,
that.
so we had a deal. I know who I want to have you meet. Do you feel comfortable tonight, or do you want to wait it out?
Who?
Well, I mean, it's a good thing you say that you like that sword.
Oh, not her. What
Why
about
do
what
you
about
say that? Come on.
what about the old one?
Leo?
Yeah,
Why Leo?
doesn't seem as
I like-
self-righteous. I'm just afraid she's going to judge me.
Okay, all right. Look,
What?
Look, they've all judged me, and scolded me and everything. But like, we're still friends, and it's all good, And she won't judge you, okay? She's just gonna meet you, and I'm gonna explain that. Hey, keep this on the down low. But I just wanted to slowly introduce you to the rest of the party, and I'll explain like the reason why it's very important that it's kept secret and safe is that all those things and blah blah blah.
All
People
right,
could steal you.
fine. But just remember, if anything goes wrong, like if they were to try to take me from you, you would lose all of your powers. You realize that?
Yeah.
All right,
Then
you'd go
that would
back
be
to
on
just
me.
being plain, normal Corey that nobody likes and want to be friends with. So
Oh my
just
goodness.
understand what's on the line here. All right.
Gil, when you say stuff like that, like that hurts my feelings, right?
Why?
Because it's like I'm good too.
I agree.
And I'm very appreciative of everything you've given me, but like just me, I think is fine too.
I agree. I think that you are a wonderful person, but it wasn't until you met me and got your powers that things started to turn around for you, is all that I'm pointing out.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. It's just actually, let's not do tonight. I don't think I'm in the mood for it.
All right. Whenever you want. Good luck.
Can I insight Gil?
You want to insight him?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, head.
What are you trying to insight exactly?
I think just like Corey having said that aloud, and then they're kind of thinking like, yeah, why does Gil neg me sometimes? And I wanted to like see if like he's concerned at all that my feelings are hurt in this moment, or if he's just like, okay, fine, whatever, good night.
No, I think with a 10, it probably just seems like he's, whatever it is that you want. If you want to do it tonight, that's fine. If it's another night, that's fine too.
And before I leave, I turn around and I say, Gil, even if, say you didn't give me these powers and stuff, and say I was just a changeling, would you still be my friend?
Of course I would. Besides, you have my box, so it's not like I have much of a choice, but yes, you're wonderful.
Oh, God. Guy can't say anything without me.
You know what, Gil? I don't like that.
That I'm bound in this box, I don't really like it much either. And if someone could get me what I asked for and free me...
No, I don't like that. Sometimes you show like your care for me in really like underhanded ways, and you know that I know how to like throw shade, with tact. And You know what? Just forget it, Gil. Just forget it. I'll hop out.
Okay,
Okay.
baby steps. Baby steps.
Okay. Leaf.
Is Leaf back?
Yep, Corey. I guess I think you two usually stay in the same room, so we'll say that Leaf enters at about the time that you pop out, Corey.
Are we sharing rooms? I'm teasing.
Buddy!
I feel like usually everybody kind of doubles up a little bit. So
Yeah, I was just joking because
Same Corey.
Zana's gone again, so I was making that joke.
Hello.
Hey, sorry, I was looking for you. Do you have some time?
Oh, Leaf will look around. Yes. What do you need?
I just wanted to chat about today, and I just want to make sure that, whatever we do, whatever plan we come up with, that your first move isn't gonna be sacrificing yourself. It's not, right?
Well, this one cannot be sure. If we come across insurmountable odds, such as having a whole party of Volstruckers against us, it would be the only way to keep my family safe.
No, that's not
Yes.
not the only way. No.
Yes.
No, it's not, Leaf. Look, I get it. She's your creator. She's, and I'm not saying that's not important, but there are other things that we can do, and I just don't want you to think that you're so disposable that that's what you would do in the heat of the moment, because we're gonna figure it out.
Leaf is going to walk over and put a hand on Corey's shoulder and say, "Do not worry. Any time that this one has had is a gift. And for this one has already died once, so this one is living on borrowed time as it is. And if this one can keep its family safe, then that would be the greatest treasure in all the land."
Do you think that she would be happy with what you're saying right now?
This one believes that she would be having the same emotions that you are having right now.
Then maybe it's something that you should consider, right? Like, she would be just as unhappy, free, if she knew that you would be trapped with those people, right?
Yes, that is accurate. Do not worry. What are the chances that they have more than one Volstrucker agent at their command?
Yeah.
Leaf, buddy,
Well-
you got to stop tripping flags. That's definitely tripping a flag right there.
And all these flags.
2 Volstrucker agents.
I wanted to offer to you if you wanted to go see her in a dream. But I think she should know that you're considering this too.
Considering saving her?
Well, yes, but in a way that is harmful to you.
Corey, this one is not going to go quite so willingly as this one may have made it out to seem. If the odds are insurmountable, then yes, I will do everything in this one's power to keep everyone safe. However, if it's anything like we've fought before with portals, then this one is going to fight But you also have to promise me that if it seems like there is no possible way that we can overcome the odds, you must let this one go.
Leaf, you're my best friend, and I think this is the one promise that I'm not going to keep. I hope you understand that.
You are my best friend too, Corey, the Highness. Leaf is going to druidcraft a little flower and put it in Corey's hair.
A hyacinth?
A hyacinth Highness.
Hyacinths are very pretty. One of my favorite flowers, actually.
Well,
And this one is just very happy to have known you and all your friends and to know every secret that you would ever keep. Thank you for this.
yep, totally. Yep, for sure. Did you want that dream then? If not, I was gonna offer it to everyone else. Did you want it?
Is Corey crying right now?
A little bit.
Just a little.
Uses a sleight of hand to wipe away the tear.
Mage hand. No, give it to others if they need it.
Okay. Well,
This one would prefer to see its creator in person first.
yeah. Okay.
This one is not sure if that makes logical sense, but it feels like it is the correct thing to do.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, you let me know. I'm gonna send out in the group chat, just mentally ping everyone and say, I have one dream slot left if anyone wants. So let me know.
Actually, this one does need that dream slot if you would like.
Oh, just
Never
I
mind.
delete. You just see edited message, and that's it. You don't see it there.
We get the update, but as soon as we go in, we actually see that the message is just gone. Like, huh?
Just gone.
Who would do that? This one would like to dream at Garith and give him nightmares and hopefully disrupt his long rest.
Oh, is that? Are we sure? Like, what if he like with the nose and now?
He knows that we are against him.
Okay. Was he an elf?
He was a half elf.
Half elf.
They trance, right?
Yes, I believe they do.
They do go into trance. Yes, not all of them are trans.
No, not trans. Trance.
It sounded like you were saying trans. That's why that was funny.
I know.
Did you want anyone else to be in here for that? I know we don't have a plan yet, and
No. What could possibly go wrong?
Gotta stop tripping those flags, buddy.
So you want to try and nightmare to Garith?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck this guy.
What's the spell save DC?
I think it's 18. I think.
pretty high.
Yeah, 18.
And what's the saving throw?
Wisdom?
No,
It's always wisdom.
it's always wisdom.
Oh yeah, before I
and-
press F5.
I can't. Yes, that's a wisdom. It's a wisdom.
All right, wisdom save.
Auto save.
All right. Now I think that the nightmare happens no matter what, and then the save is just see how, like if it affects them or not.
I think.
Yeah. So this on a failed saved, it lasts the duration of their sleep and prevents the target from gaining any benefit from that rest.
Okay, so
In
if they
addition,
make it, then it kind of ends it.
yeah,
just that.
and
All right.
then but if they wake up, they take damage.
Yep. Leaf, how do you manifest this nightmare for Garith?
All right, so what I'm thinking is he's in like this dark black pit-ish type of thing, and it's like all kind of like low like fires, like almost like he's like on a descent to the HE double hockey stick. And it just could be a whole bunch of like Aeormatons like on the walls, like screaming out and like cursing his name and stuff. But each one has a leaf face, but they're like Aeormatons, and it just goes like this for like an hour, 8 hours.
So as you begin this, and he begins the descent, and these leaf faces are leaping out at him, he opens his eyes and looks, and somehow it's like directly at you from like the perspective that you're watching, and he looks calm. I'm not the one you're really angry with, Leaf. You're the one who left. You're the one who didn't stay to protect your family.
He sucks.
Deal with that. And it ends.
Oh, he really sucks.
Did he save?
Reload.
F5 again. We try it again.
F8 is reload. You just quick saved over your quick save.
Damn it.
Who was the second dreamer?
I wanted to use it for myself.
Okay.
Unless anyone has really important
No.
plot-related things.
No. I think Maeve's gonna wait to contact her sister again for next time, so
Okay.
you're good.
Who would you like to dream to, Corey?
I think after our little library trip and then Gil being whatever, I'm going to... I think I want to see my mom.
All right.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to have you make an Arcana roll at disadvantage. Because
Can
she
I advantage
is...
to make it straight?
You can. She is on another plane of existence.
Dirty 20.
Robbie, that took me so long.
Yeah, I bet. Up to 8 now for the temporary hit points. Oh, Corey. You cast this spell on yourself, and you lay down. You close your eyes, and you start trying to concentrate and focus. You have no idea how this is going to work. Titania is on another plane of existence, but you've conquered that before. You have no idea if, you know, the Queen of the Fae needs to sleep or not, but you don't think that Shadow did either, and you were able to accomplish that. And as you're trying to focus, and as you're trying to make a connection, even to just know if she's asleep or if she's awake, something is missing. It's like there was a bridge there before that allowed you to contact or to connect with Shadow, and that bridge isn't there this time. Make an insight roll for me.
$16.
You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's like someone has taken away whatever allowed you to do this before.
You think it might be the DM?
Wow. Not as in like this is a permanent thing, like you've completely lost something to where you'll never be able to do this again. But something isn't there that was there before, and you can't quite figure out what it is or what that reason is.
Do I have a sense of it being like, this is stolen? Or is
No.
this something withdrawn from the source of my abilities?
maybe. You can always try this a different night to try again, but as of right now, as you sit here and think about it and try to examine and analyze it, that's the best that you can come up with.
Okay.
All right. The next day, you all awake bright and early.
Yep.
Anything anyone wanted to do before you went to gather your horses?
No, I guess I'll check in with Zana, but I don't know if she was going to come up to the room last night.
Zana is there in the morning when you wake up.
Okay.
And has a level of exhaustion.
I offer her my thing from the Moonweaver from last time if she wants it.
She does not take it.
Okay.
Because that gives you an immediate long rest. That's better like in battle when no one has any spell slots and like 2 HP and it's like, boom, elixir.
Nice.
So no, she
Very
does
well.
not take your god tier.
Okay.
All right, so let's do a few rolls then. She was looking up information on Alexander and on Roman.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do Alexander first. She wasn't able to find a whole lot more on Alexander. What she did come up with is that he was a up-and-coming politician of some sort, had his sights set on being a marquis, but it's really hard to get into that position. And he was the mastermind behind finding Dr. Fernelius when she lived in Whitestone, funding her projects to bring her here, and then at some point she went missing. She was able to confirm, based on kind of everything you guys know, that she probably didn't want her creations to be used as like a peacekeeping force, and probably absconded with all of her research on her own. And this guy probably found her and basically wanted her to finish what she started. For Roman, that's super not great. Yeah, no, unfortunately wasn't able to find anything on him.
Does she have an inspiration? Roll that.
Does she? I know I have some inspirations.
Use some
Let me
of
see if I
yours,
have
then.
any for Zan. No, I'm not gonna use them for y'all. If someone wants to give me one of their inspirations to use on Zana, I'll let
You can have
do
one of
that.
mine.
Oh, you know what? I have
yeah,
one.
okay.
I have one Zana inspo. I'll use that.
No, save that. You can have one of mine.
Too late. I used it. I
Use
rolled
later.
even worse.
I've got 26 of them.
Okay, you know what? I'll take one of yours to roll that one more time. I got a 5. I got a 4. This is a Cali roll now. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh
here
yeah,
we go.
buckle up.
A 4. A 4
Natural
again.
one.
You are unlucky. I'm so sorry.
You don't say.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
So unfortunately, she gives you
Not
the
meant to
information about Alexander, which isn't a whole lot more than you already know, but she kind of connected a few dots for you. Has nothing on the other guy, and she looks very tired. She did not get any sleep. All right.
I rub her back.
Leaf is going
I feel
to
bad.
go to Treasurer Maeve and say, this one is trying to formulate a way to keep all of us safe. However, this one believes it will require close to 1,000 gold pieces in material components. Do you have that in the treasury?
I do. Can I ask what you're doing exactly?
This one requires a very fancy bowl.
A fancy bowl. What are you casting, Leaf?
It'll be at 6th level when we get there. It'll be Hero's Feast. And it requires a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which this spell consumes.
Sure. Here's 1,000 gold. We are now at 9,000 gold in our...
1,000
Total.
gold for a fancy feast, huh?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. You have your gem-encrusted bowl.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm actually gonna put some gold in our thing.
All right. So with that, I believe that you will need to rent 2 horses, which Leo already took care of. So when you get there, I think the horses basically go to Leaf and Quarry. So Leaf, you get a horse that is all black and it has like a few like white spots on its butt. Its name is Cooper.
This one
and-
changes its name to
Cooper. Oh,
this one
That's
changes
Cooper.
its name to Coopers and Cream.
that's better.
'Kay.
Cooper just rubs me the wrong way. I don't like Cooper.
Coopers and Cream it is. Corey, you get a horse that is this beautiful kind of light golden brown color with dark black mane and tail, and then has white on its feet like socks, and its name is Poncho.
I like Poncho.
Poncho.
Yep.
I kind of squint at the horse and say, I'm just warning you, okay? So Shiva has a
His
special
tongue hangs out.
place in my heart. Oh, you're so adorable.
Oh, is he the derpiest horse?
He's super derpy.
I'm gonna call.
What makes him
I'm gonna
derpy?
Tongue's hanging out.
Eh.
I'm gonna call you Obi. I'm gonna name you after my dad.
OB. Oh my god. Hey, OB. What up?
All right.
Original bastard? No.
Yep.
So I assume that to catch up with, take you back to the world map, to catch up with the man in the cart, y'all are going to want to be traveling at a fast pace, not pushing the horses hard like you were when you were trying to get
I
to
was gonna say,
Deidre.
that was a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll just be going at a fast pace.
Yep, this is just a fast pace. All right, so go ahead and do some role play with me while I do a little bit of math, please.
All right. I am Ryan Luster, and he's having the time of his life.
So if anyone would
He
like
thinks this
to
is great.
talk about anything, like maybe if Corey wants to ask Roz one of these days to come into the card box with her, just as
Oh
an
yeah.
example.
Actually, I will talk to Roz.
You doing all right?
Yeah. Let's talk in our heads.
She nods.
Connect Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're in Port Damali now, and I know we have a lot of things going on. If you still remember, I wanted you to meet my friend, someone. But I tried to contact my mom last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I could not when normally I can, and it's like that part of my magic is gone now, like it's been taken. I don't know if you have anything that can like help out and like identify what, because like I don't know if it's like, oh, maybe Shadow was pissed and she was like, ha, you'll never dream again. I don't know. Or
No, I don't think it was Shadow. Her and I are on. She doesn't say good terms, but she's like, we're on the best terms we've ever been.
yeah. Well, because I just remember you saying that I'm the most hated by her now of the family, and I'm aware of that title, but
I don't think she is busying herself with our affairs at the moment. I believe she is focused on starting a new order of dark knights that live in the abyss.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I could ask Light, but I don't think so.
yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. I don't want to bother Light. Sorry, Light. Just say it wrong.
The answer is unlikely.
She says the answer is unlikely.
Okay. All right. I just thought I'd check. I was
Yeah. Hey. So I just thought maybe I would ask, since I haven't gotten to meet them yet. Your friend, they are in the box, right?
Uh, you
I
know
mean,
what?
clearly they
Yeah,
didn't want us to meet them when we went
right.
in there.
Yeah, they were just a little shy. And so the reason why I just want to do it, I get it, sometimes it's scary meeting new people, so maybe it's best to do, everyone one at a time instead
Sure.
of the whole group. Um and um I just thank you too, Roz, for not being really mad. I feel like Maeve's gonna be really upset and disappointed in me. She's not gonna be angry, she's gonna give me like the disappointed mom look, and it's gonna make me feel really, really bad. Um but
I don't think that's the reaction she'll have.
I hope so. Um,
So look, obviously this is your friend, and if they're good to you, we're gonna be good to them. Lord knows I've introduced you to some questionable individuals over the last few months. That one that tried to kill y'all. So that was a
yeah,
thing. Um, so
yeah.
I'm gonna be reasonable. You know,
Okay.
you've known them for a long time.
Yeah, pretty much, really, most of my life.
Okay. So they're like a sibling.
Well, they're they're like family, like
Yeah.
kind of like a parent, and then kind of like a friend, and they've just been with me, like, yeah, really my whole life, and uh,
Well, I'm glad you haven't been alone all this time.
yeah, no, it was who knows? I would have probably turned out like Zana. I just sneer at her.
I don't look. This is in no way a shot at you. I don't think you would have turned out like Zana. And we're all very grateful for that.
Wow.
It's not a shot at her either. It's just to say that
We can't
You're-
handle two
I
of them.
know,
Your
she
DM is
just said
offended.
so.
it's just to say that like she's doing her best.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be defending her, but I'm just like,
You can't hear this.
I know. I'm
What are you
teasing.
going to defend?
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I mean, if I were hearing.
Yeah. No, I really wouldn't be here and would have been able to do all the cool things for you guys that I've been doing without them. Just thinking about last night.
Roz suddenly gets a look of recognition or comprehension on her face. How could I
What?
be so stupid?
What?
They're your warlock patron. You're a warlock.
My what?
Here, and my mom was a warlock. I know what a warlock is.
I guess. Well, Gil's never like referred himself or to me as a warlock, right?
No, he's never referred to himself as like a patron or anything either. I don't think he's probably ever
Okay.
even referred to what you guys have as a pact.
Right. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but it's not like we like did some like, esoteric ritual and like use blood and stuff and
My mom's warlock pact was just the love she had for her kids.
whoa. Whoa. I have
Yeah.
many more questions now.
Well, yeah, like this being has powers, I presume. They live in the box. I assume they have some sort of greater powers, right?
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
ask you to bring them things, so that would constitute something of a pact. And they provide you strength in return.
Corey is like putting all the dots together as far as like all the weird like little trinkets and stuff that Gil has tasked them to like steal as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was like, yeah, I get it, like you like this thing, like yeah, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. I have thanks, Roz, and I just run off.
Roz blinks like, okay, I just thought it was cool.
All right. So, y'all have no idea exactly how long it's going to take to get to where you're going. I will tell you that you can cover 72 miles a day going at a fast pace, and this will not harm the horses or interfere in their health with any way. If you choose to also go at night, like to ride through the night, again, not pushing as hard as you did towards Deidre, which was like a straight gallop the whole way. You can shave off some of that time, but you will have to make one Constitution save per night that you do that on the horses to see if they're exhausted or not. So it's up to you if you want to do it multiple nights in a row, or if you just want to go one night, see how it is, then rest the next day, etc.
Oh God, I don't know. Well, let's at least ride now, and I guess we'll see where we're at by the end of the day.
All right.
I think.
So the first day is clear weather. It is uneventful. You get over the hills of Port Damali and are currently between a forest and a lake. Excuse me. And I will say that it isn't an exact match, but Leaf, with as high as your perception is, you recognize the landscape here as being similar to what you saw when you scryed the other day using Zana's picture that she drew.
I know this place.
Okay, well, that was yesterday, right?
That is affirmative.
It would be yesterday morning, so he would have had a day, and then, like, he was already here as of yesterday morning, so he had all yesterday
Yeah.
to travel, and then, obviously, today as well. Whoops.
Ooh, so we're like 2 days behind then.
Probably
Well, we're
somewhere
about a
around
day
there.
behind now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
About a day behind, okay.
or a day and a half.
day and a half, maybe.
Okay. Should we push harder or should we stop then?
We should push now and then rest when we get closer.
Okay, so you decide to push through the night. The next day comes. Someone roll a D100 for me.
I'll do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it.
38.
Okay. Clear weather the next day as well. Everyone make a Constitution save for your horses. Roz, you can give it to 2 people. And this is a DC 10. Celtic is fine. Arabella's fine.
I am fine.
Reggie's fine. And even if he's not, I'll just summon a new Reggie.
Corey needs help.
I should feel worse about it, but Roz grew up losing Reggies all the time. She knows.
Go ahead and Corey will say that Cooper's and Cream and Obi get to roll with advantage.
Am I rolling my Constitution save or for
Nope.
the horse?
For the horse. Which, how much con does the horse have?
Oh, phew.
Nice.
12 is good enough.
D&D beyond riding horse. Looks like everybody got it. For future reference, they do have a +1 to con.
Got it.
Nope.
All right.
Oh,
So with
I'm sorry.
that,
I was not rolling. Well, I still would have made it. I rolled high.
you
Yeah,
are
you're fine.
able to push on for the rest of the day. Still doesn't seem to be in sight of him though, as night comes the next day. If you wanna-
We can Leaf look for tracks and see if
make a
if
survival
it finds
check.
words.
I'm gonna give him advantage in any way by giving him like bird's eye view. If I fly
Yeah,
up
if somebody
around
helps him, he
and-
can do it with advantage. That's fine.
Who?
23.
So 23, you do find, because again, this is a main road that is traveled often. You do find wagon tracks as well as tracks of the horses who must be pulling it, and they do sink a bit deeper into like where there's still some wetness in like the mud or something like that. They do sink deeper than what you might expect for the wagon, and given that this is a very large man carrying heavy cargo as well, you are pretty sure that you are on the right track.
Can this one determine how old the tracks are?
A day, maybe less.
Okay.
But, even though you're traveling faster than he is still gaining on you. Or sorry, not gaining on you, is still ahead of you and still, making progress himself. I would say that judging by the speed that you're going, slowest, if you rest every night, you might catch up to him in 4 days. For every night that you push on, it reduces by a day. If you try to go through the night tonight, it is going to the DC. Without having a full rest, the DC for your horses will go up.
Go for it.
4 days. Yikes.
So you
We
should
should have left yesterday.
You will still catch him, even if it takes you the whole 4 days before Guarden, which is probably where he's going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
We
I
don't wanna-
guess. Well,
Well, I think we just push through every other night then, and we'll catch him in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
that
we
will-
can probably scry on him too to make sure like exactly where he's at.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll push every other night, and every other night we'll take a rest so that we get charged back
All right.
up.
so tonight's a rest night?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you rest tonight. The night goes by uneventfully. Wake up in the morning and start your
engines.
horse engines.
Origins.
And you want to run through the night as well,
Yep.
right?
Tonight we'll run through the night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody go ahead and make your con saves for your horses. You can add +1.
Do I have advantage again?
Go ahead and roll, and we'll give advantage to who's ever lower. So right now, Celtic did not make hers.
I made one.
Rosnat won, so she's gonna let Reggie poof and just summon a new Reggie.
Sure.
Another 2.
Excuse me. Luster is good.
Go ahead and give the advantage to
Corey.
Leaf and Corey, and Celtic will take one level one level of exhaustion, which is just disadvantage on
Oh my
saves.
god.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I rolled a 3, so it's only
All
four.
So did Leaf. So,
So-
we have 3 horses with 1 level of exhaustion.
Celtics, Coopers and Cream, and Obi all have 1 level of exhaustion as you push through the night. So onto the day that drops down. You are just now entering into Silt Basin Pass. which is a bit of kind of a craggy, kind of valley-ish sort of region that's mixed a little bit with some marshes here and there, as well as the water kind of drains down into it off of the end of the Sirios Mountains here. So you're able to push through today. And this night, you're going to rest your horses, and you should hopefully be on him sometime during the next day.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll rest up tonight.
Did you want to do any sort of preparations, any sort of talking, planning, scrying, whatever anybody wants to do?
Yeah, what's the plan once we get him? Are we gonna jump him or what? What are we doing? Scry wouldn't be bad either.
Zana
Good
says, based on when I went up against him, if we can get the jump on him, that would obviously be an advantage. Or if you think we can talk him out of it, that would obviously also be preferable, and we don't have to fight.
Wait, I mean, he didn't seem like the talk out of it sort, right? I mean, he poisoned you.
I didn't try to talk to him.
Well, that's kind of the problem, though. We either get the jump on him, or we try to talk him out of it.
We
Yep.
get
I
to
say
jump
we
on him
just get
and then
the-
talk to him.
Yeah.
Not a great use of surprise.
No, I mean, we smash into him and then we talk to him during the fight.
Oh,
Oh, I was thinking we could just like beat him up to where he's like barely alive, and we're like, if you don't tell us what we want to know, you know.
If we can get him to that point.
I mean, like he's not a good guy. I don't have any qualms about it.
We can get him back with some poison. I have the alchemy jug. We can divvy out some poison to everybody. If you want some revenge.
Yeah, I mean, aren't usually those types pretty stocked up themselves though with like antidotes? I don't know.
Maybe I feel like if he has toxins to the level that he does, that, no offense, but whatever type of poison your jug is going to make, it's not something I'd want to rely on.
How about acid? You want some acid?
I'm fine, thank you.
how about we beat him up until he stops moving?
That's the course of action we'd like.
Why don't we punch his nose in?
Roz looks so excited for just a moment.
Oh well, I guess that's risking it though. So I could, and this is only if Garith is not really communicating that, hey, like they're on our tail or whatever. I could dream to him tonight and potentially give him like less, you know, he won't be as
bad
strong.
dreams. You'll be
Bad
sleeping.
dreams, and he'll be a little tired. Do we want to try it?
I feel like that
Unless
would
we
tip him
wanna
off.
keep
It might tip
Yeah,
him
just
off.
keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say let's rest, prepare yourselves mentally, and we go fight. There's no sense overthinking it.
Scrying might still be a good idea.
That's fair.
I shall scry. Wait, doing it right now or tomorrow?
Yeah. Well,
Probably tomorrow.
I guess tomorrow morning.
He didn't have anyone else with him, right? The report said it was just him, whatever that thing was.
Correct. As far as you are aware, it's just him.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So as you are all
Uh,
bedding down for the
yeah.
night, was there anything anyone wanted to do?
I just yell at Gil if he even responds.
You yell at Gil. What do you want to say to him?
I'm just like, Gil, am I a warlock? You haven't said anything for the past 3 days. I just need you to give me an honest answer.
That's such a... weird term. I suppose technically by the label and definitions of society, sure, you're a warlock, but I don't really like calling myself your patron. We're friends, Corey. We're partners. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be sitting in that dusty old shop.
Can I insight?
Yeah, go for it.
Corey, did you steal Gil?
With
No!
disadvantage
so.
if you're talking to him through the box and you're not in the box.
It doesn't matter because it's a 1.
Okay. You believe everything he says. You guys are partners.
BFFs.
BFFs, yep.
Okay.
And no, Corey did not steal Gil.
All right. I get it. I get it. I just maybe it would be a good friend thing to openly communicate that, so that when it's sprung on them, they're not freaking out.
What, that we're friends and partners? I tell you that all the time.
No, that technically, in the eyes of the world, that makes me a warlock,
Ugh.
and some people would view our relationship as if it's just like a transaction or something.
Well, you said they're your friends and they don't think that way.
They don't think that way.
Well, then what
but
does
I
it
know-
matter? We don't need to put labels on it.
On a situationship.
Oh my god.
Corey and Gil aren't Facebook official.
No. All right, whatever. Good night, Gil.
Hey, we're warlock and patron, right? I mean, we're
Stop.
partners. Like that, we don't need to,
We're more like, I don't know, like genie with benefits.
All right, so you all wake up the next morning. Leaf, would you like to scry?
Yes. Scry.
What's the That was almost a natural 20, and then it tipped to a 2.
Nice.
You see. How are you guys getting up like early, like ass crack of dawn, maybe a little bit before
Yeah.
type deal, like
Yeah.
as early as you can? All right, yeah. So you see him stomping out the embers of this tiefling, just absolutely
Tiefling?
smashing her into the ground.
What?
No, the embers of a fire. And then he goes over, and as you're watching him, he's basically like
Okay.
getting the horses and leading them over and hooking them up to the cart, and then climbs up in the cart. And you watch as he climbs into the cart, this thing sags down like really far. Like this is a big, heavy guy.
I relay all of that.
Robbie, how familiar would you say I am with that toxin he likes to use?
Not at all. That was a specially made, magically formulated toxin.
Even like for locate object purposes?
Yeah.
Okay, but I am familiar with a cart.
Sure.
It's probably not going to be helpful to us because it's only up to 1,000 feet. I just found out, so I don't think it'll be very helpful.
I
but-
would say that with you and Leaf's perception, like working together, and with your eagle eye things, don't those allow you to like spot things out to a certain
Yeah.
distance? You'll be able to spot him probably before he spots you.
Fair enough.
So
That's what we
after about half a day's travel, 6-7-ish hours, let me move y'all up just a teensy bit more as you make your way through Silt Basin Pass. You notice far up ahead a cart in the distance. Does your Venom Dagger only last for a certain amount of time?
Let me make sure. I know it takes an action to activate,
Yeah,
though.
that's fine. As you are all coming up on him, you'll have time to do any prep or activations that you potentially want to.
All right.
Lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, as we come up on him, I'm gonna put on my Shield of Faith.
Trying to make his horses fall asleep.
I don't want to hurt the animals.
I'm just gonna fall asleep.
All right.
Fireball.
So,
But
what is the plan here? Why don't we start by giving me sort of a marching order, or like the order you're going to be coming up on him in.
Roz in the front.
we're going to go with Roz too, because I want to climb up on top of the carriage.
All right, so we'll have like both of you on like either side to like box him in type deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leaf in the back.
All right, Leaf will be in the back.
Maeva's gonna probably be in the back too for ranged purposes.
All right, we'll put Zana in the middle. Probably Hermia would want to be near Roz.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey, where would you like to be? Front, middle, backish?
In the middle.
In the middle as well. All right. Leaf, you said in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. So as you come thundering up behind him, what exactly are you looking to do? Trying to get close enough, Roz, to just attack?
Yep.
All right. As Roz comes up on the driver's side with Radiant Sister drawn, make a...
Which I just got some new artwork delivered of Roz with her updated look.
Do a dexterity check for me here. D20 plus your dexterity.
Dexterity check, huh?
Yep.
Could I instead argue for a charisma check?
You cannot.
Damn.
He unfortunately heard you all coming up behind him. So we're kind of rolling between, since you're kind of getting the first drop out of everyone on him, we're kind of rolling a bit of a little mini...
I got a 14 plus 1 for 15.
Initiative check here. All right, he got... oh, that's a saving throw. He got a 12. Go ahead and make your attack.
Hell yeah. All right. Yeah. She's gonna do Rosalind things. She is going to bonus action to put her Hexblade's curse on him. And then she's gonna swing. With advantage.
Yep. Attack.
25 to hit.
25 does hit.
We're just gonna start off experimentally. We'll do a first level Divine Smite, see what happens.
Yep.
Oh god, it's my first time attacking since I got Radiant Sister. Oh god.
There's a lot
Okay.
that's going in here.
Okay, it's now a 1d8. That's what I need to check. All right, so slash roll. 2d8 for Radiant Sister's damage plus 9 plus 2d8 for the first level smite. He's not undead fiend or abomination.
Surprised.
Right?
He is
Okay,
not.
great. Just checking. 29 damage.
Okay, so... Well, I guess it's right there. So 29
Oh,
damage. Okay.
plus she has to add a proficiency for Hexblade's Curse, so 4 more necrotic damage.
All right, so 33 damage total. All right, as you swing Radiant Sister down on him, and you all see this plume of divine energy with a little bit of like necrotic kind of snaking across this man's cloak. As you're readying your second attack on him, you see this blue glow from underneath the cloak. It's a little dulled by it, but it's kind of shining out the front of it a bit. He vanishes.
Oh shit.
Immediately appears like next to you and above you a little bit, like he's coming down on you. I need you to make an athletics check opposing this grapple that he's about to do on you.
Oh, 2 for 10.
Do you want to reroll for
Yeah, I'll
damage?
inspo that. Holy shit. Ha! 15.
Okay, that does not beat his 23. So you all watch as this man vanishes. The cart just kind of keeps on going forward as he appears a bit above Roz, and his cloak tears and shreds apart as 4 large gorilla-like machine arms pull out of it and grab a hold of Roz and Reggie, throwing Reggie off to the side. Roz, I need you to make a opposed athletics
Goro.
check. I need you to make another opposed athletics check as you watch him lift Roz up in the air, holding her by the body and by her sword arm, and he begins to pull.
Okay, I don't think we prepared enough for this. Oh boy.
Well, 14.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Rosalind, you take 37 bludgeoning damage as you feel... This is your old arm too, isn't it?
It's on my sword arm?
Yep.
It's my left arm, my good arm, yeah.
Your good arm. You start to taste bubblegum and whiskey in the back of your throat as you feel pain flowing through your arm. Fire from the wrist all the way up to the shoulder. You hear cracks, you hear snaps, you hear this sucking sound, and all of you watch as Roz's arm and Radiant Sister come apart from her body, and then he throws Rosalind back in the direction that the 3 of you came, turning towards you. 2 of his hands, one of them has a scimitar in it, the other one has a pepper box. He has a dagger in one of his regular hands. And without saying a word, he stares all of you down. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
He tore my arm off?
He sure did.
That doesn't seem fair.
That is going to be problematic. I'm going to have Apple re-update that commission right quick.
Yeah.